Well, hey, friends of the show, Zachary James here, back in New York, and I'm so excited today to take you to Circle in the Square on Broadway, where Kpop, the viral musical sensation, is currently playing. And we're going to meet the one and only Amanda Morton, making her Broadway debut in Kpop. There she is,
Hello.
Amanda Morton at Kpop on Broadway, where performances just began.
Yeah, we just started previews a week ago.
And it's your Broadway debut.
It is my Broadway debut.
Oh,
Yes.
How does it feel?
It feels really fizzy and layered and really exciting.
I mean, here you are, Circle in the Square,
Yeah.
Dreams. And this is a viral hit. People were lined up around the block. Am I right?
I think what's really exciting about it is that this reaches a global audience. It's not just about our beautiful little local New York City neighborhood.
Yes.
But there's a huge fan base beyond even what Broadway carries for so many people and what it represents about being this pinnacle of theater and art. But what's particularly exciting about this show is that there's a rabid fan base, not
Yeah.
even just in Asia, but in Europe and South America and all over the world. So,
Global sensation.
yes, so it's really exciting for us, and I think at this time when theater's coming back, to have that extra cushion of love is really helpful.
Absolutely. And I'm going to pan around and show everyone your new office. Here we are, just 50th Street, Manhattan. And you're sharing some territory with Wicked. Just that old
chestnut.
That old chestnut, just playing for, a little bit. All right, so we're going to meet some of your colleagues.
These are ferocious, amazing human beings. We have Jiho, we have Josh, John, Kevin, Eddie, James, Cole, Abraham, and Zach. What I find
Zach?
Zach
That's my name.
Kaiser, that's your name. What I find pretty exciting about this story is Jiho and Josh actually graduated from Harvard. And
Wow.
Josh was working in finance
Oh my God.
in the city, and he just told me that he had given himself 1 year to decide whether or not he was going to be in theater. And
Of
just
course.
as that year was ending, we snatched him up, and we're so lucky. He's so fresh.
That's how it works. And now he's on a poster on Broadway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they're on a poster on Broadway, and over here, this is real life K-pop star Luna. who
She
in
was made for
FX.
this.
And
Yes.
it's true. A lot of people were kind of devastated after FX broke up.
Yeah.
And people have been waiting to get back to see Luna.
Wow.
And she is utterly spectacular in this, tackling a new genre, a new country, a new language.
Wow.
And that is pretty wild to me and very special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love these posters. It makes me want to run in the theater immediately and see this show.
And then these amazing, amazing women. We have Julia, Amy, Min, Kate, and Bohyung. And Min and Bohyung are also from the K-pop world. And I forgot to mention Kevin Woo from the other poster. And so we do have a really eclectic group of artists with different experiences that span K-pop and also the theater world. And I actually think that synergy makes it pop in a very different way than a normal musical typically
K-pop.
does. K.
And is this the first time for many of these artists doing 8 shows a week on Broadway?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Johnny, Zach, there's Eddie, there's a small faction in our group who's done musical theater. But for a lot of these folks, they're entering completely new territory, and I have so much respect for their humility in taking it on. It's a huge physical and emotional burden to be a musical theater performer.
Yes.
And to tackle a lot of the themes that are in this related to the cost of ambition and what you sacrifice to pursue your dreams.
Amen.
And I have a lot of admiration for what they're doing.
There you are. Amanda Morton, Associate Music Director on Broadway debut.
It is.
What does that
so
feel like to
exciting.
see your name on a Broadway poster?
It feels pretty surrealistic, and I feel lucky that I have gone the path that I've gone to get here at the time in my life that I'm doing this. I had a lot of friends debut very early. It was super exciting. I'm a little bit of a tortoise or a late bloomer, and so I really feel very present in this moment in time, I adore the music director, Sujin Kim Ramsey, who's a composer in her own right. She's phenomenal. And I also get to work on the lyrics as well. I also am the lyric dramaturg because 50% of this show is in Korean and 50% is in English.
Wow.
And the composer, Helen Park, who is incredible, an incredible composer and artist, is native to Korea. She speaks English, but she expressed some desire and interest to have a co-pilot just looking at these lyrics, making sure all the metaphors and vocabulary and scansion were all in line with the story arc and the way that she wanted the songs to sing. And I really feel honored to be able to do that in addition to my role as associate music director.
Wow, lyrical dramaturg.
It's a new title.
Yeah.
And I hope that more shows on Broadway are done bilingual. And I
Yes.
hope that this opens up a new channel for more people to get in and find more positions on the creative team and think about the story in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've had a winding journey. You are a performer.
Sure.
We went to school together.
Yes, I
And
did.
we got our musical theater degrees, performance,
Yes.
and you were always playing, you were music directing, you were performing, you were doing everything at once, and you kind of continued to do that your entire career. And what is it like to have all your skills kind of land in this one place on this job?
I think that it's deeply satisfying and affirming that you can take a really twisty path to pursue your dreams. And as long as you're actually checking in with your gut and what makes you happy and what you need from your life outside of the arts world, I feel like you'll ultimately get there in some capacity. And I feel like I've had many chapters of life, some to do with theater, some not to do with theater. And all of it was really crucial in making me psychologically and creatively prepared to enter this process. And I wouldn't want it any other way, truth be
Absolutely.
told. Yeah.
What would your younger self think about this moment?
Screaming, just screaming, screaming, tears. And I will say there is a moment in this piece, I don't want to give away too much, but there is an incredibly touching moment in this piece for me that happens towards the end of the show. And it just blows my mind that I'm seeing these bodies on stage and seeing these faces that I so longed to see in an art form that I adored. And it gives me chills just thinking about it right now.
Me too. Finally, words of advice for anyone pursuing this path and pursuing titles that they don't know exist yet and not sure of their path, but knowing they have passion and just need to walk forward towards something.
I think two things that I'm finally arriving at that I would tell people is make sure that you have a sound community around you, very close, trusted group of peers who can be a checks and balances system for you about the kinds of projects you're pursuing and being really mindful about why you're pursuing them, which can run the gamut of any number of things, but really surrendering to your choice and feeling good about it. And in terms of the other piece of it, I really think this community can be difficult. Theater can be hard because it often feels like if I don't take this one opportunity, what am I gonna miss?
Yeah.
But truth be told is you must love the music, you must love the source material. Now there are many jobs, calling back to 2 seconds ago, where you have to take for other reasons, and just make sure you're good in your soul about taking those jobs. But then also realize it's okay to say no. No is a very powerful word because no will ultimately carve out the architecture of getting to exactly where you want to be.
Yeah. I'm sure there are many no's you said that have gotten you to this moment that
Yes.
you maybe have yet to even piece together
Yes,
the puzzle of your
that
life.
is true. And some of them were theater no's. But
Yeah.
and then because ultimately it's not a negative thesis. What we're saying is that it's okay to know your creative interests and keeping those really fine-tuned as you move forward so that you're chasing down the kind of work that really thrills you, that you don't feel like you have to check out on, but you can really like dive headfirst into.
Amen. Well, so excited for you. Can't wait to see this
Thank
show.
you.
Everyone needs to see it. It's gonna, just be all over the world. as
We
it
open
always has
November
been.
20th.
Heck yeah!
We're taking this global sensation of Broadway and we're hoping that it can transcend tons of boundaries and limits.
Absolutely. K-pop on Broadway. That's all for today's episode. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.